What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and I am here with Know These Rules, the BT26 edition. Yes, we've been doing this since, I don't recall, BT20. It's been like almost 6 editions by now, and it's cool to be able to keep this going for so long. Anyways, guys, yes, rules video. But before we begin, 2 very important things. First off, we host locals both on Friday and Saturday. So Friday and Saturday locals, free entry, proxy legal, streamed on Twitch. This is the best chance to get practice in for your nets and finals events, because we don't have any organized play events anymore, at least until the season is over. And of course, a huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our level patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons. They buy us coffee, they keep this crazy content grind going. And guys, thanks out for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a patron is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video. As with all of our videos, let's start with a breakdown. So Masters got new rules updates for BT26. I'm gonna talk about a couple of rules and interactions. I'll be focusing solely on BT26 and the general rules updates, and then we'll just wrap it up with the summary. Let's go. Let's start with the little bugs. Can you use activate main of these cards in combo and or drop areas? No, you can't. You can't do that. So here's an example. Activate main, switch this card to rest mode, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. You can't switch cards in the combo area to rest mode, and you can't send cards which are already in the drop area to the drop. That's relevant to the other guy, right? Because he goes to the drop and stuff like that. Basically, the 1-cost cells don't do anything most of the time. The only time when they do something is when you hardcast them for 1 and then you use their activate main while they're in play. Otherwise, they just flat out don't do anything. So whoopsie, cell is worse now. Like, it's not super significantly worse because of these one costs. You're just gonna play them like once anyway, but he is a little bit worse now than he was originally, but people originally thought that this would actually work. Now let's talk about auto timing. Fu has 2 markers and this card attacks. Will his auto trigger to save him? No, it won't. Yeah, it won't trigger. So his auto basically says if your leader is a Prison Planet card and you send 2 Prison Planet cards from your drop to their owner's warp, +1 when your opponent attacks, play up to 1 Prison Planet card with the cost 4 from your hand and it gains blocker. It triggers on attack. However, the turn player's auto resolves first, and the boss monster from Go Bros removes 2 markers from a card when he attacks. So in this case, Fu will lose 2 markers from the attack, go down to 0, get removed, and then get removed from the game before his auto has a chance to trigger. However, we are still not done with Fu. Yeah, there's still one more ruling that you should know, and that's regarding blocking. So Fu plays a 4-cost with his auto and gives it blocker. Can it block the attack? No, it can't. So once again, there's something that you can do with Fu. Anyway, blocker requires the card to be able to see the attack in order to trigger. So while the 4-cost comes down during the attack happens first. So despite getting blocker, it can't block that specific card. Cards with blocker need to see the attack the moment it's done. And because this one comes down when the attack is already in progress, it gains blocker, but it can't block. It can block the next attack, basically. Now let's talk about the Potara. Does Vegito's permanent reduce the cost of the Union Potara skill? No, it doesn't. Trust me, it doesn't. No, so by now most of you should know this, but just in case. Words in brackets are names, they're not skills. It reduces the cost of a card named specifically Potara. That's what it does. So if it were a skill, it would be in the red box and it would say Union Potara. However, this bracket means that it's looking at a very specific name, which is Potara basically. So it only works with one card in the entire game, and that is this one. Can you be SSB Vegito forever? We'll see. I almost told you. So what's the interaction between this SCR, Peace Resolution, and Vegito Z Leader? Okay, so first, what's the text that we're looking at? First, the Vegito has auto. When this card is played in your leader area, you draw one and you remove this card from the game at the end of the turn. Fine. But the permanent on the SCR is if this card's front is facing up in your Z deck, your leader gets plus 20k, and if that card is not Son Gohan Childhood, negate the card's skills. So here's what happens. You swing with the Awakened Leader and you use the SCR, basically. And then you restand because SCR and all that. On the next swing, you Z Awaken, because Z Awakening is done from hand. The SCR's permanent will stop Vegito's auto from triggering. Yeah, because you do Z Awaken from hand, Vegito enters, and then the permanent automatically blanks it. Auto doesn't even go into pending. It's just stopped. So the auto doesn't trigger, which means that Vegito doesn't get removed at the end of the turn. And congratulations, now you're Vegito Z Leader forever. The big stack. Can you Union Fusion the same and or different Zamasu on top of a fused Zamasu? Yes you can. I think this is the first yes in this video. Anyway, fused Zamasu is still Zamasu, so you can use it for Union Potara. If you look at the character name, he's just Zamasu. He's not fused. And the skill requires a green Zamasu card. So there we go. You can also play the same Zamasu on top of the one on the field. So you can just play multiples of these 5-cost Zamasus. It's a pretty neat interaction, which is also very crucial to know to play the Zamasu deck properly. And finally, let's talk about some awful shit. So even worse, Vegeta, one of the worst decks in my opinion, somehow get even worse. Let's see. Can I discard a blue-yellow card and a mono-blue or mono-yellow card to pay the cost of Aegis? No, you can't. So that's right. Somehow, this leader is now even worse than before, because there has been a new rule change, which says that from Aegis and Revive, the clause or more is now removed. Which means basically, before, you could, let's say, activate Aegis, and you could ditch a blue-yellow multicolored card, and then a card which has either blue or yellow. Can be mono, can be multi, just to fulfill the cost with 2 cards. However, this is the same with Revive. You can't do this anymore. If you can fulfill the condition with just 1 card, you must do so. So if you can fulfill Aegis or Revive with just 1 multicolor that's both required colors, you have to do so. Which means no more discard 2, draw 2 for Vegeta. Now it's you either discard 1 and you draw 1, or you discard 2 different colors and then you draw 2. Before we end the video, let's quickly jump into the summary. Now you should be prepared for some scenarios which might occur at upcoming events. Although we've answered a lot of questions, there are likely still a lot of unanswered questions left, so feel free to post them in the comment section, or better yet, go check out the Judge Discord and ask there. It's a great resource and I encourage you to use it. The link to the Discord is in the description below. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below, did you find these answers useful? Have I helped you learn some interactions that you didn't know? Did you already know all of these interactions? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And while you're here, share the video around. It helps other players. Hit those like and subscribe buttons and help us get to 6k subs when I'm gonna give away a booster box. This has been Damien from the Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.